Imagine waking up to flashing blue lights in your driveway, 2 cops eyeing you like you're a fugitive, all because your HOA president decided your workshop was a threat to community aesthetics. That's exactly what happened to me. Mark Riley, a 52-year-old retired Navy engineer who'd just bought a quiet plot in Oak Ridge Meadows, Tulsa. But oh, the irony, the real criminal was the one smirking from afar, and she had no idea her empire of petty rules was about to crumble under her Louboutin heels. It all started innocently enough, or so I thought. I'd spent 22 years in the Navy, fixing submarines and dodging real dangers in the Gulf. Now, divorced with a son in law school and a daughter backpacking Europe, I craved simplicity. I snagged 2.8 acres on the fringe of Oak Ridge Meadows, a cookie-cutter suburb with manicured lawns that screamed conformity or else. The place had a massive willow tree in the yard, its branches whispering like old sea tales in the breeze. My dream? Turn the old shed into a tinkering haven, full of tools, welding sparks, and that satisfying clang of metal on metal. No more orders from brass. Just me, my projects, and peace. But peace? Ah. Enter Vivian Hargrove, 47, HOA President Extraordinaire. Picture a woman who treats her role like she's the queen of a miniature dictatorship. Always in crisp cardigans, pearls choking her neck, driving a pearl-white Mercedes with plates reading CMNTY1, because subtlety is for the weak. She'd been in charge for 2 years, ruling with an iron fist wrapped in velvet gloves. Neighbors whispered about her. Fines for unsightly bird feeders, liens for holiday lights left up a day too long, and a cold shoulder to anyone who didn't fit her white picket fence fantasy. The 3 immigrant families, she called their barbecues odor nuisances. My Latino neighbor, Javier Morales, a retired mechanic, she dismissed his classic car restorations as junkyard eyesores. Vivian preached community harmony like a televangelist, but it was code for do as I say or pay. When I closed on the property, my survey from 2019 showed it outside HOA bounds. The line stopped 150 feet west of my fence. I double-checked. I'd heard the tales of HOAs turning paradise into paperwork hell. No way was I signing up for that. But unbeknownst to me, 5 months back, Vivian had slipped some boundary corrections through the county clerk's office. No notice, no vote, just her signature on a form that yanked my land into her kingdom. Bureaucratic sleight of hand at its finest. Week 1 in my new digs, a certified letter arrives. The envelope feels like it's coated in smugness. Inside, a $1,800 fine for unauthorized outbuilding. My shed, predating her reign. I email back with my deed and survey attached. Respectfully, Vivian, I'm not part of your HOA. Let's keep it neighborly. Her reply, a curt, all properties in Oak Ridge are subject to covenants. Pay up or face escalation. Escalation. Like we're in a Cold War over a toolbox. I ignored it, focusing on my shed. The air inside smelled of fresh pine and possibility, tools gleaming under fluorescent lights. Javier swung by with a 6-pack. Man, these HOA clowns are like bad cops with measuring tapes. He chuckled, cracking a beer. They fined me $500 for my overgrown tomato plants last year. Said it violated vegetation standards. We laughed. But there was that undercurrent, the absurdity of grown adults policing produce. Then Vivian shows up unannounced. Week 3. Clipboard in hand, oversized sunglasses perched like a crown. She's snapping photos of my shed like it's evidence in a murder trial. Mr. Riley, this structure is non-compliant. It's setting a precedent for anarchy. Her voice dripped with faux concern, like a bad actress in a soap opera. I leaned on my fence, arms crossed. Vivian, precedent? This shed's older than your HOA's last board election. And per my survey, you're on my property right now. She huffed. Community standards apply universally. Expect further action. As she strutted away, heels sinking into my grass, I muttered to myself, universally? Lady, your standards are as universal as a gated community's welcome mat. Week 5, another letter. Fine up to $4,000, plus $100 daily. Threats of legal action, liens, even potential seizure. I showed it to my buddy, a paralegal from Navy days. This is bogus, Mark. No notice on the boundary change? That's fraud territory. I called Elena Vasquez, a sharp attorney in her late 30s whose dad I'd helped with a flooding issue back in the day. She owed me one. Vivian pulled a fast one, Elena said over coffee. Oklahoma requires certified notice for annexations. Without it, it's void. But watch out, she's not just petty, she's predatory. Turns out, Vivian wasn't solo targeting me. The Kents, a young family down the block, were battling $6,000 in fines for a playset that clashed with architectural harmony. An elderly widow faced eviction over $8,000 ballooned from a $200 late fee. Vivian's HOA was a money machine, squeezing residents dry. I decided to play it cool, document everything, but stay silent. Let her dig her own grave. That's when she escalated to nuclear. Filed a police report claiming I was a hostile squatter on HOA common land, my own backyard, and that I'd threatened violence. Total fabrication. Q6:45 a.m. Sirens wailing. 2 cruisers pull up, lights painting my willow tree in red and blue. Lead cop, Officer Ramirez, 40s, Zaki, hand near his holster. His rookie partner fidgeted, eyes darting. I'm in pajamas, coffee in hand, navy mug steaming. Vivian lurks 30 feet back, arms folded, smirking like she'd just checkmated me. Morning, officers, I said calmly, hands visible. I assume this is courtesy of MS. Hargrove, Ramirez nodded. Report of trespass and threats. Your story. I set the mug down slowly. Gladly. Mind if I grab some docs? I moved deliberately, narrating each step, Navy training kicking in. Pulled my folder, deed, survey, emails, even a time-stamped photo of Vivian trespassing on my land weeks prior. Spread it on the cruiser's hood, papers rustling in the dawn breeze. Ramirez reviewed, radioed dispatch, cross-checked county maps on his tablet. Minutes ticked. Vivian shifted, her smirk fading to impatience. Finally, he called out, "Ma'am, this looks civil." "Mister." Riley's docs check out, his boundaries clear. She stormed forward, heels clacking. "Excuse me? I pay taxes that fund your department. You're refusing to enforce community law." Ramirez's tone flattened. "HOA rules aren't criminal code, ma'am. Take it to court." She sputtered. "This is outrageous. Freeloaders like him ruin everything." Spun on her heel, slammed her Mercedes door, and screeched off, leaving tire marks and the acrid scent of defeat. Ramirez handed me his card. "Off record. Document it all. These HOA types escalate when cornered." I nodded. As the cruisers left, I realized this wasn't about dues. Vivian saw me as a threat to her throne. Time to fight back. Smartly. I called Elena. She just swatted me. Pause on her end. That's malicious prosecution bait. If she's lying to cops, she'll perjure in court. I'm on it pro bono. First strike. Cease and desist letter demanding retraction of fines. Threats of suits for harassment and fraud. Filed county complaint on the shady annexation. No certified mail, so invalid per state law. Knowledge bomb 1. Always verify HOA boundary changes. Most states mandate notice. Skip it, and it's unenforceable. Vivian's house of cards? Wobbling. Her comeback? Emergency board meeting. Per Javier's intel. She spun me as a disruptive outsider undermining our values. The board, 3 yes men and a token dissenter, voted to defend covenants vigorously. Translation, sue me. 2 days later, at the hardware store buying wiring, the Kents approach. Sarah Kent, toddler on hip. Mark, heard you're lawyering up. Our playsets got us buried in fines. Help, eyes tired, voices desperate. 9 families drowning in debt from Vivian's whims. This was systemic shakedown. That night, Javier and I on my porch, beers sweating in the humidity. Vivian's got that HOA overlord vibe, I said. Like a mall security guard with a law degree, he snorted. Nah, she's yacht club wannabe in a kiddie pool. Thinks Tulsa's the Riviera. Laughter cut short by my phone. Unknown number. Photo of my truck at the store. Text, eyes on you. I showed Elena. Cameras. Now. But after Navy ops facing real peril, IEDs. Night raids. This suburban stalking? Pathetic, but infuriating. Week 6. HOA sues for covenant enforcement. Their lawyer, Bertram Klein, 60s sleazeball with TV ads promising aggressive representation. Claim, corrected map binds me. Elena counters with dismissal motion, adds fraud and abuse claims. Discovery launches, subpoenas for finances. Minutes. Bombshell. No notice on annexation. Void. Nugget 2. Check service of notices. Botched. Invalidates everything from contracts to liens. Harassment amps. Vivian's minions, fellow realtors, photo my property weekly. Wake to neon stickers on my shed. Violation, remove or face penalty. Sticky residue like her spite. Needing solvent to scrub. Javier's cam catches one climbing my fence for shots. Trespass gold. I install 8 cams. Log every incident in a spreadsheet, timestamps. Photos. Notes. Elena grins. Their hands? Muddy as hell. Paralegal digs. $120,000 vanished from HOA books. Consulting fees to Vivian's Side Hustle LLC. Despite a paid manager. Not tyranny, theft. Sarah hosts covert meet. 13 families share nightmares. Fines for protected solar panels. State law shields them. Widow's $300 fee exploding to $7,000. I float coalition. Elena. Undercover. Class action potential. Vivian sniffs it out via a bored spouse. Retaliation. Special assessments. $800 per month for dissenters. Extortion in bylaw clothing. Midnight. Cam catches vandal spraying parasite on my shed. Background. White Mercedes. Partial plate. Sent to Elena and Ramirez. Vandalism, Ramirez texts. Report filed. Patrols up. Scrubbing paint next dawn. Fumes burning my nose. Texture grating, fury building. Daughter texts. Dad. Rumors you're in trouble. Downplayed. But Vivian's smears hit home. Sleep? Rare. Up at 2 a.m. Pouring docs. Elena's call. Property flips in Oak Ridge. Vivian's LLC bought 2 foreclosed homes cheap, 45% below market, then flipped. Bored families involved. Pattern, fine. Foreclose. Insider buy. Profit. Racketeering whiff. Elena amends suit with RICO. Alerts real estate board, license jeopardy. Pivot, go public. I'm low-key. Hate spotlight. Sarah, I'm a blogger. Let me hit local press. Vivian panics. Offers settlement. Drop fines. No NDA refusal. Klein via video. Take it. Discovery's messy. I smirked. Tell Vivian I don't deal with grifters. Court it is. Phone buzzes. Foreclosure notice. On HOA common areas. Bank loan delinquent 15 months. $900,000 due. Auction soon. My brain whirs. Buy the HOA? Dissolve it? Called Elena. Game changer. Week 9. Lien slapped on my place despite contest. Judge allows temp to can't sell. Equity hostage. Vivian whispers. I'm litigious pest. Facebook group post. Freeloaders erode our harmony. Nameless, but pointed. Neighbors avert eyes. Son calls. Dad. Ex says you're feuding. Fury peaks. Analyzed records. More flips confirmed. 3 properties. Insiders profiting off misery. Elena pushes forensic audit. Results. Embezzlement confirmed. We petition dissolution. HOA insolvent. Fraudulent. Media breaks. Tulsa Tribune runs Sarah's piece. HOA nightmare. Corruption in suburbia. Vivian's facade cracks. Board meeting. This agitator's smear campaign threatens our solvency, but audit leaks $15,000 to her LLC for events that never happened. Harassment peaks. Anonymous calls. Leave or else. Cams catch egging my truck. Police trace partial plate to Vivian's crony. Ramirez. Building a case. Community buzzes. More families join coalition. Vivian's emails turn desperate. Reconsider settlement. For the community's sake. Irony thick. Auction day. I bid on HOA assets via proxy. Win clubhouse. Pool, $250,000. Funded by coalition donations. Now I control the beast. Vivian freaks. Sues to block. Court date set. High noon. Courthouse packed. Vivian testifies. Voice quivering faux innocence. Mr. Riley's defiance endangers our standards. We've acted in good faith. Elena cross-examines. Good faith? Like embezzling $120,000? Or flipping foreclosed homes? Vivian stammers. That's misinterpreted. Gallery murmurs. I present evidence. Spreadsheets. Cams. Audits. Judge Vickers. Stern 50s. This reeks of abuse. Mid-hearing. Side door swings. Detective Harlan enters with uniform. Hands warrant to judge. She reads, MS. Hargrove. Warrant for embezzlement. Fraud. Perjury. Harlan. Vivian Hargrove. You're under arrest. Room freezes. Vivian blanches. This is absurd. I have rights. Cuffs click, metallic finality. She shrieks at me. You monster. You'll pay. Sobbing, Mascara rivers. Let out. Muffled. Not over. Judge. Instructive indeed. Rules. Dissolution granted. Elena receiver. My counters. 1. Damages later. Court erupts cheers. Hugs. Widow grips my arm. Hope restored. Outside. Media frenzy. How's victory? I say, not mine, ours. 112 families free. Reporters probe. Next. Community trust. Transparent. Fair. Message. Document all. Ally up. Silence empowers bullies. Clean up swift. Investigation widens. Board arrests for flips using HOA cash. 2 jailed 14 months. 1 flips. Probation. Fraudulent sales voided, homes returned. $180,000 disgorged. Sarah's vid 1.8 M views. Sparks reform. Oklahoma's HOA Accountability Act audits. Fee caps. Notices mandated. Ratification vote. 108 yes to trust. For no, Vivian's remnants. Dues drop 85% to $50 per month. Rules? Safety only. No cosmetic nonsense. Community garden sprouts. Scholarships from my $60,000 damages donation. Vivian pleads guilty. 2.5 years prison. $200,000 restitution. License gone. Her home forecloses cheap. Bought by immigrants she snubbed. Poetic. Workshop done. I teach classes. Kids visit. We build. Javier and I porch beer. Regrets? None. Spring. Willow blooms peacefully. New neighbors thank. No HOA? Thanks to you. So, here's the kicker. Was Vivian the villain? Or just a product of a system that lets petty tyrants thrive? True or false? Drop your take below.